All right, so next we're going to talk about the inline 8 or directional 8, depending on what you want to call it. It's the same thing. All right, and this is good when you want to put a bite in the rope and you want it in the direction of the pull of the rope. Okay, so a lot of times if you tie like a weak-sided bowline or even alpine butterfly, it is not unidirectional, meaning it's not, you know, you're pulling the knot. If you're putting a lot of torque on it, you're pulling the knot in a way that puts a lot of extra torque on the rope. By doing this is pulling that knot in the direction of the rope, which is the direction the knot's facing. So it's actually, depending on who you talk to, better for the rope and in theory stronger. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by making a Z. Okay. Depending on which way you're facing. But you notice there's two bites. I have a bottom bite and a top bite. Now, the bottom bite is the bite that I want to work with. And the thing to note is that the bottom bite, at the end of it, will face the opposite direction. So if you want to go in the opposite direction of where this is, or if you want to, or, you know, if going this way is not what's going to work for you, flip it over, and that's all you need to do. All right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over so that now, instead of having two Z's, basically I have a bite or a loop that's now halvesies of what was my original or my top bite. All right. Now I'm going to take this loop and I'm going to pass it around, back through, and then I'm going to put it through here so that it's coming out the same part of the loop as the tail. And I'm going to pull those together. So now I have my bite coming out of the same part of the knot as my rope. And so now as I tension everything, it's all pulling in one direction. And that way it's decreasing the amount of, you know, force on the knot that could potentially become shearing. All right. Now, if I wanted to go the opposite direction, right, like I was saying, here is how I started. All I'm going to do is flip it over, flip this up. I'm going to go out and around, back through towards my tail. So you can see that my bite and my tail are coming through the same direction. It tightens it up. Just going to clean that knot up a little bit. And there we are.